Hello.
Hey guys.
Look who's here with me. It's Hope.
Last minute sub.
It was like a 2 hour, an hour and a half ago. I was like, "Hey girl, you want to get on?" But hello everybody. Welcome to our Cozy Hollow book club discussion. Um, Hopefully, if you're here, you know who I am. I'm Rachel. I'm from Happy Go Lovely Sleeves on Instagram and YouTube. And Lauren and Caitlin are not able to make it tonight. So I was going to be flying solo, but my lovely, what's this way? I don't know which way it's this way. It's Hope.
Opposite
Do you
way.
want to introduce yourself, my fellow Swifty over here? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, so I look a hot mess right now because
No, you
I
don't. No, you
I
don't.
literally had just like gotten home, we ate dinner, and
And I was like, hey,
I
girl.
yeah, the only thing I was gonna do tonight was I was talking to Kendall about it, the 24-hour horror-a-thon,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I started 2 books early, so I'm like ahead, so it doesn't matter, but
Oh, good.
um
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, my name is Hope, and I am from the channel Hope on the Coast, and I um, read a little bit of everything, but I
Yeah.
have, because of you all, have like gotten more into the cozy mystery genre. Um, I have a lot of stuff on my list that I
Yeah,
want to
me
read
too.
from you guys. So
I
hopefully I can get to
know.
a lot of it soon, but I'm
I
happy to be
know.
here.
I know. I'm really happy that I have someone to bounce these thoughts off of. I, you have your tea, but I brought my wine tonight
hmm
because I have some thoughts.
I have thoughts too. Half of them is probably going to come from you first because I finished this I think like 2 weeks ago. And
Okay.
I listened to
Okay.
audio, so I'm sitting here trying to think of like things. I have a couple of strong opinions, but
I'm excited to hear them. I I finished it about 2 hours ago, so not 2 weeks.
yeah.
I was like, I was trying to get through it, but I didn't have the audio like you did. So
Mhm.
I was just reading it physically, and I don't have a lot of time to sit down and read physically.
Yeah.
So I did just bust out the last couple of like 100 pages. But I was reading this when I was on Liv's Patreon. You were in the comments, right?
Yeah.
And I was, if y'all aren't on Liv's Patreon, you need to go over there so you can watch that live. And we were just, I was busting up because I I had some issues with the writing. Let's just
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
But um I already see some comments. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna go through comments. And while I'm going through comments, why don't y'all go ahead and give us your rating, overall general feelings about the book, and then Hope and I can do that as well. You guys can put that in there. But let's see who's here. Shelly, oh, she not sure I can join. 4 stars. Love the fairy vibes. Awesome. Never mind, I made it work. I didn't want to miss out. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Shelly. Courtney, hello. I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts.
Yeah.
You're gonna quote yourselves. Yes, there was a few moments in here where she quoted herself at the beginning of the
Oh, yeah.
chapters, and it was just it it cracks me up. Like I don't
Mhm.
even know. So, anyways,
Yeah.
so funny. Hello. Hi, Keisha. Yay, Hope is here. I didn't read the book, but I want to be here for support and see your beautiful faces. Oh, thank you. We love you too. Hello. Hi, Amy. How's it going? One word, anonymous. Yes. So, like I was saying, there are some quotes at the beginning, or at the beginning of each chapter, and some of them say anonymous. And we
Mhm.
kind of had a little inside joke that we thought that was her um,
Yeah.
quoting herself even more, because it's just really funny to see her quote herself. So yeah, it was funny. Can't wait to chat. Hello. Hi, Yvette. I hope you're feeling better. Oh my gosh, you poor thing. Hi, Kendall. I hate that I didn't get to this book, but I'm so glad y'all are discussing the book. I love you both. Oh, you're so sweet. You're gorgeous. Yeah, it was so funny. Oh yeah, I was dying on Liv's Patreon sprints. I'm gonna try to be very nice because
Yes.
I never want to disparage someone's work. because but at the same time, you have to laugh at some silly stuff, you know?
Well, like
But
I said, apparently a lot of people liked it, so I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
there's an audience for this.
What did you say? So I'm wondering what the general, what was
So,
the, Goodreads review, average review?
well, I'm looking at it right now. There's 1,037 ratings,
Okay,
and it's at a 3.92.
which is high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30% was 5 star, 38% 4 star, 22% 3 star. So
Wow,
there was a
interesting.
lot. Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you the things I liked when we get to that point, and then we'll
Hmm.
discuss the other stuff because there are things I did like in it. Hello, Julie. I enjoyed the book and went on to read the second in the series. Oh, I'm glad that you got to the second one. I love your doggy. Oh, so precious. Hi, Liv. Sorry to get to this book, but just wanted to pop say we love you too. Liv's new Patreon, her new profile picture is
Hmm.
stunning. I can't with that picture. It's so good. Hi, Sandra. You gave it 3 stars. Hello, Julie. DNF this one like 120 pages in because I just could not. I meant you to see what everyone else thinks. I think it's gonna be a little all over the place.
Yeah.
We'll see. We were unhinged. I know. Me and Liv could not stop cracking up. Like it was a lot. Gave it 2.5 stars, rounded to 3 because of the Carmel vibes. That is one thing I really loved about it was the Carmel vibes. 2.5 stars. It was rather underwhelming. 6 stars for all the commentary this past month on the book. Yeah, I think the commentary was the best part. This is a 2 star for me. Okay. I agree. Yeah. 3 star for me. It never really put me in, but I like the Carmel Town vibes.
Yeah.
I actually did give it 3 stars because fault aside, I love the cottagecore vibes. Same. Yes. Yeah, that was probably the highest point for me.
Hmm.
Was definitely that. I'm here out of sheer curiosity, Courtney. I love that so much. I just love when we can all like kind of joke about it and not
Yeah.
take it too seriously. You know what I'm saying? Um, I did start this book, never got around to finishing. And based on everyone's thoughts, I'm tracking with that. Yes, I know, Elizabeth. I don't think that it was. It wasn't the vibe. It wasn't the vibe. But we're
Hmm.
not going to take anything that we say to heart. So if you guys loved it, then please don't get offended if other people didn't.
Yeah.
Everybody has different opinions, you know? Didn't vibe with the writing and character interactions. I like the fairy aspect though. Overall, about a 2.5 stars. Nice. This book could have been 100 pages shorter if it didn't keep trying to give me fairy garden.
Yeah.
I could not believe how many fairy garden she made. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
She could
you
have
could
stopped
tell
at
that.
the Alice in Wonderland for me,
Yeah,
and
it would be
been
good.
good.
I was like, she must really do that on a date. That must be like her thing. She must have a
Hmm.
million fairy gardens. Yeah, it was a bit much. I did like it, but there was a lot of eye rolling. Yes, the amount of I thought
Yeah.
my eyes were gonna get stuck in the back of my head sometimes. Oh, first cousin mystery. Oh no, this is your first cousin mystery.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, the character list was yeah a lot, but
Hmm.
definitely love the cottagecore vibes. But had to finish to see how it was going to end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you say your overall rating was, Hope?
I gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
I like specific stuff, but then other stuff I was just kind of like,
Yeah. I think maybe I can be persuaded to give it a 3 star,
hmm,
but right now it's sitting at a 2 star for me, maybe two
yeah,
and a half. But
yeah,
that's just because it's my book club pick, and I don't want to be harsh.
yeah. Which I feel like, I mean, possibly it would have been lower
Yeah.
by a half a star for me if I wouldn't have listened to the audio because obviously that's easier to get through than
Yeah.
trudging through a
How was
book.
the audio?
So,
Because I heard that people were saying it was a little screechy.
uh, I mean, I thought it was fine, but
Okay. Do you speed yours up? Because I feel like on slow time, it might sound really bad if it's on like
yeah,
1 time speed.
yeah, I always
Yeah.
speed mine up. So,
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm like a 1.75 2 time speeder. That's
yeah,
usually where I'm at.
same.
So, oh, Shelly actually gave it a higher rating. I like the atmosphere, coastal vibes, and
Hmm.
the Fiona Fairy vibes. Okay, so that's what I really liked about it too. So,
Same.
um, let's see. You guys can just tell us. That's kind of the next question. What were the aspects that you liked, Hope?
It honestly, just like what they were saying, the atmosphere, the setting, all of that.
Hmm.
I'm a sucker for anything small town.
Same.
I
Me too.
and one thing I really liked because I love like a pun, all the names of the shops. I really
Yes.
I really liked all of those. I thought
Yeah.
that was a cute little detail, but I liked just the setting and little small town stuff. And the anything coastal with me too is always
Yeah.
a plus. So
Same. Hmm. Yeah. So there was on my birthday weekend, I went to Carmel and me and my sister were there. And there was this really cute little shop area that just reminded me exactly of this. And there are so
mhm,
many little shop centers that are
yeah.
a lot like this one where they had so many stores. There were so many stores. Like
There
I
was
was
so
like,
many
I couldn't
stores.
keep track of it. And it was just a lot that she kept adding. So
Yeah.
that was like hard for me to like keep track of it. Cause I don't know. But I did really love the coastal vibes. And Carmel is known for its secret passageways.
Mhm.
And like it's little you could see like even when we went, we did some photo shoots there with my sister, and there's like a little we went down like this cute little secret passageway to the beach, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of those hidden gems in Carmel. So I definitely felt those vibes because like
Yeah.
she had the little passageway into her store and like the different things like that. And I know it was when she was walking to her house and naming all the different cottages and like all the
Mhm.
different things. That's very Carmel because every little cottage looks a little bit different, but it's all
Yeah.
very cozy and fairy like a it's just quaint and
Mhm.
sweet, you
Yeah.
know? So that's what I really loved about it because I could definitely feel those vibes. So, yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I did feel though that if it was just the fairy vibes, it would have been great, but
Mhm.
I felt like it was also part pet, like dog, which I love dogs, but like it was like she was combining 2 cozy series
Yeah.
together with like the pets
Like a
and
pet
all
shop
that.
mystery or something.
Right, and that's what I was like, "This is so strange." Like,
Yeah.
she coulda done fairies and just gone with the fairies and then just
Mhm.
had her pets with her, but it was all about the dogs and the grooming and everything, and I was
Mhm.
like, "This is like 2 cozy mysteries put together." So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I really did like the vibes. It was easy to fly through, but also
Mhm.
okay, it was the writing. We'll get to the writing in a minute,
Yeah.
but yeah. Let's see what everybody else said. The fairy voice must have sounded really crazy sped up. Oh, I'm sure it did.
I mean,
I
it
didn't
wasn't bad because I didn't
yeah,
speed it up too fast, but it was different. So,
yeah, probably interesting. I need to probably listen to it. The
yeah.
cat was cute. So the cat
Mhm.
was sweet, Pixie. So sweet. I love a ragdoll, cat. So super, super cute.
Yep.
Um, and I loved that the cat was playing with the fairy all the time. That was so precious, and they were always, like, playing with each other, and, like, I loved that the little kids could see the fairies. I loved
Mhm.
that all the animals could see the fairies. It was really cute. And even in her character list, she has it categorized by humans. That says humans, and then
Yep.
it says it says fairies and pets. So there's like all the fairies and the animals and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was cute. That was a fun part of it. Every cozy mystery could benefit from my character list. Yeah, so
Mhm.
kudos. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I love this because I kept going back to it and looking at who was who because there were so many shop owners. I wanted to know who everything was. So 3 stars. I like the idea of the fairy shop. There were way too many characters. Yeah, I think my issue was that it was like she was still adding characters more than
Mhm.
halfway through the book.
Yeah.
You know, it was so many characters through yeah, it was a lot. So, love the scenery and the cat, yeah. I could feel, like, the cobblestone like, I could just see I could picture it all because I mean, I literally was just there, so I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is just perfect." So, yeah. Love the fairies and the setting, yes. Love the secret passages, should have been more aspect in the story. Yeah, she could have totally done more
Mhm.
with that. That would have been super fun too. I mean, I would love a place you could go to take a class and make a fairy garden. Same. It would have been so
Yeah.
fun to do something like that. Like my favorite, there's a place in Monterey, it's called Dirty Girls Plants Company, and it's all this is like the cutest plant store. But it's like very hipster vibes, like it's more
Mhm.
like contemporary. It's not like fairy garden-ish, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like that's why it's called Dirty Girls. It's really cute. And so
Mhm.
yeah, I love a good plant store. But this was really sweet and cottagecore. I loved it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is what I was gonna say because I was the question is like favorite moments, and I was like, that is the most memorable moments was
Yes.
when she takes the lingerie to the town hall and
Uh-huh.
flings it at her.
Honestly, we love a petty queen
I
in
know.
those situations.
It was
A
hilarious.
mess.
I was like, that made the book. Like, that was
Yeah.
hilarious. I
Yeah.
wish that they had gone further and, like, they were even more, like, I don't know, that they, like, made it even more, like, dramatic. It was so
Mhm.
funny. I loved it. It was funny. I liked the town and vibes. I love to visit those stores for sure. Yeah, there's
Mhm.
so many cute little shops. Oh, and there was this one store that we went to that was just it was a bookstore and it was just the cutest and there's a stationery store next to it and it was just like so cozy and coastal
Mhm.
to die for. It's like where you want to retire, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love it. I was dying. Oh, the scandal. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Love the setting and the fairies. I like that that's, like, what we're gonna focus on for the positive
Yeah.
parts. That was my favorite too, well deserved. Yeah, it was so funny. Love the tea service book club, great idea. I would want to go to that. Yeah, that was fun too, and it was fun that
Yeah.
they were reading a cozy mystery. They were reading
Mhm.
Secret Scone Society. What was it? Something by Ellery Adams, right? I think they were reading The Secret Scone Society, I think. I can't remember the name of it, but an Ellery Adams cozy that I need to read. Um, so yeah, that was really cool. It was too serious and slow for a cozy, but wasn't enough of a literary mystery or thriller. That makes total sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Okay, so this was kind of leading off of the lingerie thing. Were there any moments that just, like, had you rolling laughing? Like, that was probably my favorite thing of the whole thing. I don't know, it was
No,
just
that
funny.
I loved that part. That's probably honestly the most memorable thing in the whole entire book.
No,
Um,
yeah.
uh, I don't really know if there's anything else that really stuck out. I mean, all the little fairy things, and I think that at the beginning, all the fairy stuff stuck out more, but where there was so much of the same thing that happened over and over, with building the fairy gardens and stuff,
It
it
was
kind of
over and
got,
over.
yeah,
Yeah.
old for me. But um,
It really did get repetitive. I feel like I don't know. My favorite quotes and memorable quotes are gonna be silly because
mhm, mine too.
so much of the writing was silly, and I don't know if y'all want that out of context, but I do have it in my notes.
No, I think it's necessary.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna do a few of them that were just so okay, first of all, we were trying to figure out if she might be, have, maybe French or, maybe English is not her first language because it felt like she was using a lot of colloquial words that, like, no one really talks this way. Not
Mhm.
real and, like, I don't know how it sounded on the audio version, but there were quite a few quotes, that just had me rolling, and I read this on my iPad, and so all these highlights that I have 73 highlights
Oh my
that
gosh.
are all out of context. So let's just read a few of these and you
Well,
guys tell me.
it says she was born in California, so
Interesting. Okay. So it's just so interesting that like some of the words
yeah.
she said carped a million
Yeah.
times. Did you hear that? Like
Yeah.
instead of complain. Yeah, she said carp like over and over again. And like it was like words that didn't fit the feeling or the emotion.
Mhm.
Like it was just so strange. I don't know. Um, okay, let me see. Let me look at these. Hold on, let me find one that one's really funny. Something that really made me laugh is Bianca didn't remember Emily, but she said her mind didn't work that way. And I was like, your mind doesn't remember things? Like,
Yeah.
I was
I don't
laughing.
know.
These are all out of context, and I was just there's just so many things. Oh, this one was so funny. I didn't like or dislike somebody who frowned, but a smile did work wonders.
It's all
Okay,
it's almost contradicting statements.
I right? It just a lot of them didn't they were silly. They didn't make
Yeah.
sense to me. Um, and she said that someone was calling them their boyfriend their beau,
Mhm.
and, like, I don't know, and then she would, like, pull out this pirate talk, and, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was, "Methinks you are a liar." I'm just like, "What?" And then there was this one, Glenda walked into the or she's like, "Glenda bounced into the shop. Glenda always popped or bounced."
Mhm.
I was just like, period, that was it. Glenda
Yeah.
always popped or
I almost feel like I don't know. I don't know if she didn't mean to do this or if she meant to like wear it such a like fairy-esque, like she mentioned Alice in Wonderland a couple of
Mhm.
times. Maybe she wanted it to be like nonsensical a little bit.
You could be right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Technically that
Maybe
wouldn't
sh
make sense, but
it was it just kind of felt like she got a thesaurus, and she just, like, went through and looked for words that, like, instead of
yeah.
saying, "I kept quiet," I kept mum instead. I'm
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Because
But maybe she did write it on purpose. I
it
don't
almost feels
know.
like stuff like where in Alice, it's like I lost my muchness. Like, it kind
Yeah.
of has that feeling with some of
No,
the
you're
stuff that she
right.
wrote.
You're right. Yeah, that makes total sense to me, but, I
Yeah.
mean, let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know? There was one line that just made me die. I don't even remember because they were, she had like a zillion red herrings, like
Mhm.
so many red herrings that didn't make any sense. Um, and this one, I don't remember who she was talking about. She's like, I didn't honestly believe she was a murderer, but she might be dead inside. That's on page 144.
I I mean, I don't know.
I don't understand. And oh gosh, I don't know. There's just so many more that I could keep going. But like,
I
even
kind
don't beat around the darned bush. That
I kind
woman
of
is
wonder
crisp.
if she's got, like, because that almost talking about being a murderer, but, like, being dead inside, almost sounds like something that would come out of my mouth because I have, like, such a dry sense of
It's funny.
humor.
It's
I feel
funny.
like she tried to put stuff like that in her book, but it didn't translate like it would
Right.
if you were just, like,
Exactly.
speaking to
Yeah.
somebody, but
Oh my gosh. And I didn't even highlight everything. It's just so
mhm,
funny. Oh, and then when she introduced it's like her Courtney's train of thoughts just
mhm,
like went to these random places.
yeah,
And when Emily, the victim's husband or wife,
mhm,
introduced her to the attorney, she's like, "This is Wright Youngman." And then Courtney in her brain's like, "Right," as in Mr. Right, and Mick was Mr. Wrong. And I'm like, I don't know. It was
uh,
so cringy. It was
yeah,
so
I don't know.
cringy. I just, oh, I don't know. I feel really bad because she has other books.
Yeah,
So
like, a lot of them.
a lot of other books. And I'm interested to see if like the tone is different in those. But
Yeah,
anyways, let's see what anybody else thought because I do feel like I'm disparaging her, but I don't. It's all in jest. It's all in jest.
yeah.
Oh, Stacy, yes. That one, I was telling my husband, and we were like crying when I read that. She spanked her hands together. I'm just like, how do you spank your hands together?
I don't know.
Anyways. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. There's a tea shop near me that does a book club. It's like $30 a month though. Ooh, does that include the price of the book? I don't know. That
Does it
probably
include
doesn't.
tea
Yeah,
and stuff,
right?
like, at the shop?
Interesting. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm sorry. And I'm being nice for how I was
Yeah,
feeling before. Like I was just like laying in bed today. I was just like finishing it and I just could not. I could not with it. I don't know. She used the British row instead of argument. Yeah, carp. I don't know if that's slang in a certain I don't know. Like Yeah. A lot of these I had to look up to see if these were like actual words, you know. I mean, I knew what carp meant, but like, I don't
Yeah.
know. And then
I
like
kind
she said she was looking at her fairy and she
yeah.
said there was one thing she said, I ogled her. I was like, you ogled your fairy?
I kind of wonder, obviously this is set in California,
Yeah. Yeah.
but she did, because I'm looking at her like Google crap. Um and she wrote a French bistro mystery series
Right.
a few years ago, so I wonder if she
Tricked her.
accidentally just like kept some of that stuff going that didn't
Yeah.
fit in this
You know what?
series.
And like California is a big melting pot. And like, you know, I've lived in California
Yeah.
most of my life and I also lived in Hawaii where it was like so many cultures and so many different languages. Like I learned pidgin in Hawaii. Like I learned different vernaculars and stuff. So I totally
Mhm.
understand it. It was just it kind of just pulled me out of the story so many times. Like I just
Yeah.
kept getting pulled out as I
It
was
was
reading it. Yeah.
odd for the fantastical element
Yeah,
in that book.
exactly. Yeah, I think she might have written it on purpose, like Hope was saying. You never know. Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep their hands together. Right, Dobby. I think it
Uh-huh.
might be. She was forcing it to be quirky rather than just letting it happen. Yeah, and that I mean, that's just maybe it just tells that she doesn't know how to write quirky, you know, the right
Mhm.
way, and it's
Yeah.
fine, you know? It's just I don't know. Fairy gardens in town. I know. And everyone who doesn't see fairies is just
Yeah.
a lifeless person. Yeah, it was really interesting. I don't know, there was so many fairy gardens, so
Mhm.
many, and she was, like, leaning on that for so much of her, like 100 pages, like someone else said, like, you know, that was because nothing really happened. She
No.
just walked around and saw people in the out in the, you know, on the sidewalk. All that's, like, all she did was see people on the sidewalk or people come into her shop and talk to her, like, nothing else happened at all,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
I kinda
I
wonder if it would have been more interesting if she would've went the route of everybody could see fairies no
right.
matter what, and,
Yeah,
like, pulled that
that
into
makes
it. I kinda
sense.
wonder.
Yeah, that makes sense, that because that could have been I mean, there should have been more fairies to begin
Mhm.
with,
Yeah,
and,
not
like
just the couple that or whatever
yeah,
that was in there.
instead of the whole pet, like, red herring,
Mhm.
like, of why Gregory wanted to kill him or whatever, like,
Yeah.
we could have had more back like, lore about the fairies and, like, her and what Fiona was doing and all this kinda stuff,
Yeah.
like,
'Cause that's
when
what I kind of expected
yeah,
before I read it.
when she was at the library and was talking about her mentor, I was like, "Oh, I wish they had brought that in instead of,
Mhm.
like, her just, like, saying that she was going somewhere and stuff," and,
Yeah.
you know, maybe that would have been more fun, but yeah, maybe you should reach out to the author and ask her if we all just missed something. I don't know about doing that, that might be mean, but yeah, I mean, I just ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I never wanna make an author feel bad. This
Mhm.
is, you know, a safe space for readers, but, like, I never wanna but yeah,
Yeah.
I we might have missed something, we might have. Giving her too much credit. I just don't like to be mean. I know I'm
Yeah.
making fun, but, like, I'm not that type of person.
I'm
I
trying
also
to
felt like
troubleshoot it in my brain, so
yeah. She was always asking 20 questions in her head. You're
mhm.
right, Eva. It was like she was asking silly questions too, and, like, they were coming out of nowhere. It was just
Yeah.
like, "Did he do this because of this?" And I'm like, "Where did you get that from? Why did that
Mhm.
come to your brain?" You know?
Yeah.
It was just the rope thing, all the ropes that she was like, "Did she use her purse to kill him?" And I was just like,
Mhm.
"Did she use the leash?" And I was just like,
Mhm.
"What?"
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just I think if you since we've read other cozies, we know, like, what to expect from a cozy
Mhm.
mystery, and this was just not it, you know? It was like she was trying to write a cozy, but it wasn't working,
I
you
just
know?
kept thinking back and kinda comparing it to the apple cider slaying
Uh-huh.
that because that I loved that one.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
stuff that I didn't like about this one was just done so well in that one.
yeah. You're right.
So,
Yeah, I know. Ugh, yeah. And even though it's my book club, I can't just I had to be honest, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I can't just say, "Oh, yeah, it was great," when I didn't really think it was, you know?
Yeah.
And what I got through, there were too many cutesy combos with little kids, just not what I want to read over and over. Yeah, there were plenty of those, you know, and It would have been cuter if like the fairies and the kids talked more, but it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
her, you know what I mean? So, yeah, and that if that's not something you like in books, then totally. Initially thought Detective Summers was younger the way she was talking about him, and then
Mhm.
she's like, "Oh, he's my dad age." Yeah, I was like, "Is this like I was just thinking of Friends."
Mhm. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just thought maybe there's gonna be like a love triangle between Summers and then Brady from the
Mhm.
shop,
Yeah.
but then apparently he's dating the detective. I don't know. It was interesting. It was
Mhm.
just kind of like she was taking tropes that
And
she's
just
probably
throwing
read.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably read them in cozies, and
Yeah.
it just didn't work. It just didn't
Mhm.
work.
No, I
So
get it.
yeah, yeah. The internal dialogue growth. Yeah, exactly. Me too. Maybe she got distracted by her frisky gold Sparky. Oh no. Oh yeah, she did have a role in Murder She Wrote. That is
Mhm.
so funny. Her frisky.
I can't.
That mean? I did not enjoy this book. First book since high school, I skipped to the end to find out who the murderer was. I was very close to skipping to the end,
Yeah.
but I was like, it's my book club. I need to finish it. Yeah. I wish I had the audiobook, but that's okay. Not a fairy person. I didn't connect with anything or anyone in this story. I
Yeah.
understand. She talked so much about creating a fairy garden, but then didn't give a lot of info on Fiona and fairies. I know. She was always asking questions as if she was clueless about fairies and the queen. I know, like,
Yeah. But
I don't
girl, you
know.
own a shop.
She grew up around fairies, and her mom taught her all about fairies. It was just
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Avery Ames is her cheese shop mysteries. Okay,
Mhm.
interesting. Instead, I wish she gave more background on all of that. I agree. That
Mhm.
was the best part. Yeah. What genre? Hope it was the bistro. It was like a
So she's
cooking
got
one.
a cheese shop mystery and then the French bistro mystery
Interesting.
is what it's
Yes.
saying right here. So
Okay. Yeah. And I think that's all she's written. Maybe she's written other ones. I'm not sure. Other books outside of the cozy genre. I don't even know.
yeah, she's
I'm
got
not
one
sure.
coming out this year apparently.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah.
I didn't even skip to the end who actually did it. So it was Petra who actually ended up killing him on accident.
Mhm.
So basically, she, which it was like it was like there were so many red herrings and we were supposed to follow those red herrings,
Yeah.
right? Like any other cozy mystery. But like there was so much information with those ones that like the fact that none of those panned out, I was like,
Mhm.
why did I read so much about Greg and like anything else that was happening? I was like, why? Why
Mhm.
did we do this? And then it was something about one sentence that she said that he was an author at the beginning. His wife said, "Oh yeah, he was an author at the beginning." That came around at the very end
Mhm.
when Petra like went into Emily's house and
Yeah.
those things drive me crazy in cozy
Mhm.
mysteries when there's no lead up, there's no way we would have ever known, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Gosh. All those red herrings made no sense to me. Like there were just
No.
no reason for any of them. Too many characters, too many like vendettas. Everybody had a vendetta against her for no
Mhm.
reason. It was
Yeah.
just confusing. Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe they do the pen names in case a cozy series is a flop. Oh, that might be smart. I know that we've heard in the past, Lauren and I have like figured out that they do it so people can find the niche that they want to go to.
Mhm.
And which still doesn't make that much sense to me, but they do it. Like
Yeah.
instead of it just being like the same name, same author does a bunch of different niches, bunch of different series. They have an author for each kind of series, a pen name for each kind of niche,
Yeah.
which
There's a few people that do that. Shauna
yeah,
McGuire does that.
she does. Yeah, she
So
does. And a lot of people do that. Like, well, I think V.E. Schwab, she's now
mhm.
Victoria Schwab across the board now. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. So interesting. So the accidental murder, she went there to confront him,
Yeah.
which also why he was in her. Okay, that was one thing I wrote. That was one thing I wrote in here. Sorry, I had to highlight this. So Elizabeth, the guy shows up in her. Elizabeth didn't read it, but she doesn't care.
Mhm.
She just was here, wanted to be in the
Yeah.
discussion. Um, the guy is found in the fairy shop in the middle of the night. The main character finds her, and the reason he was in the fairy shop was because he wanted the fairy to tell him that it was to give him her blessing, that it was
Mhm.
okay for him to leave his wife for another woman.
Bizarre stuff.
And the other woman shows up because he's writing a story about her, and like they get into a scuffle and he falls and hits his head on the fountain and dies.
Mhm.
And I have the quote right here. Um Petra, the one that dies, asks, why was he in Courtney's shop? And the wife, Emily, that he was leaving, said that,
Mhm.
I think he hoped that a fairy might give him the blessing to leave me. He loved you. I'm just like, what?
It makes no sense.
No sense.
It would have made more sense if everybody had their own fairies and it was like a whole situation,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she could have like done something with that,
exactly.
but
No, I totally agree. And then we come to find out that they have a backstory that they killed a child
mhm.
randomly. They hit a child, and that's why Petra wanted him to die, wanted him not to write the story about him, because back in the day, these three women, his wife, the
Mhm.
lover, and then another woman in the town,
Yep.
all were in the car when she was younger, and she accidentally ran over and killed a child.
Yeah, and it got covered up or whatever.
And it got covered up because she was a politician and she didn't want, and then her
Yeah.
dad died the next day of a heart attack over the stress of it.
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
What?
first off, he didn't even have time to like let that settle in before he had that heart attack. So it's like 24 hours.
What?
I don't
How
know.
Tell me how it makes sense. I
It
don't know.
doesn't.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The only thing I liked was the coincidence that it started the last week of April and quotes at each chapter. Yeah. But then also
Mhm.
she quoted herself. And I remember
Yeah.
when I told Liv almost died. She like was busting up laughing. I'm like, she quoted herself.
I think like once would have been fine,
Oh my gosh. I still couldn't believe it.
but it kept going. Like the first couple, I think were like from other people, but then it just kept saying
Yeah.
her name, and I was like, you couldn't find any more fairy books at
Anymore?
all.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. The fact that she questioned if Emily hit herself on the back of the head. Also, if you get hit by a salt lamp, you're probably not gonna come out of that alive, because those things are like
Yeah.
so bad, like so heavy. There's no
Yeah.
way.
No.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I can't. I know what you did last summer, and he didn't even know what she had done in the previous summers. I know he wasn't even the one that was threatening her. It was
Mhm.
Emily. Oh my gosh. I make it make sense. He was looking for fairies. That makes no sense. It makes
No.
no sense. Absolutely no sense. And what I don't like in a cozy is when we barely see the murder victim. We saw him for 3 pages, and
Yeah.
then we're supposed to care about his murder. Like, I know usually it's a villain. It's usually
Mhm.
someone we don't like, but you usually see them a little bit longer than 3 pages at the very
What
beginning.
and also this was probably what bothered me the most in this book. And it was at the beginning when he got murdered,
Uh-huh.
or when she, like, found him when she walked in there.
Uh-huh.
So I am a big, like, true crime
Mhm.
person, like, a big true crime person, and for her to walk in, see him, be like, "Oh god, he's murdered." Like, he was murdered. I'm like, "You didn't even, like, say he
Look.
coulda tripped." Like, you
Oh,
didn't even there
no.
was no thought process behind this.
I
Like, you
know.
immediately went to murder,
I know. And then
and
like everything that she immediately thought, like that's why when I think I said this the other day, I thought that she was reenacting like an SVU
mhm,
like the episode, the way she was like thinking things through, like no person thinks those things as soon as, you see a dead body. I'd be traumatized, first of all.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And she
Yeah.
was like trying to go up to him and like look at all the little details around him to see what was going on and to see
I
and the
know.
fairy was like flying through all the leaves trying to figure out.
Exactly. And also the fact that the whole her alibi thing, like,
Yeah.
they would have never been able to pin it on her anyways. Like,
No.
there was no like, that whole thing drove me nuts the whole
Yeah.
time. Like, they couldn't have pinned it on her anyways. Like,
No.
there was no evidence that she did anything, and she was so worried that she was gonna go to jail. And the detective just kept saying, "You need to get a lawyer. You're in
Mhm.
hot water. You're a suspect." Why? Why?
Yeah,
She
I feel
told
like
them
it
she was
was
in her shop.
missing a lot of really good like hefty details and like
Yeah,
fluff in between everything that makes
yeah.
a cozy mystery good. So,
Agree, and it was just more red herrings and more people
mhm.
introduced, and that it was just, like, her train of thought as she was going. She's like, "Okay, what can this person own? What shop can this person be a part of, and how do
Mhm.
they relate?" It was just like a stream of consciousness writing, I felt like,
Yeah.
one of those pantser writers. Oh gosh, I'm getting mean now. Okay. Sorry, sorry. He wasn't even writing a book on her. Yeah, I don't even know if he
Uh-huh.
was writing the book on her. I don't know. I don't know. No, he was writing it about was he
Didn't
writing
he
about Logan?
didn't he change the like instead of making it a man or a woman, like he changed the gender so like nobody
Yeah.
would know? At
Yeah.
least that's what my brain remembers. I don't know if that's actually
So
true or not.
I don't know if at the end, yeah, he did change the gender, but, like, I don't know at the end if we figured out that he was actually writing it about her. So if
Yeah.
someone knows, I don't think he was.
Was that in
He
book
wanted
2?
a yeah, he wanted a fairy therapist. Yes, he did want a blessing from a therapist or a fairy to tell him that it was okay to cheat on his wife and leave her.
Yep.
And then 3 girls were all besties again. Okay, that's another line I have in here because she goes, while Isabella and Emily consoled Petra, yes, Emily comforted her, even knowing Petra had killed her husband. Really? You're gonna go
Absolutely
in
not.
you're gonna go comfort your husband's killer and lover?
Yeah,
What?
absolutely not. I'm bringing out the
Sorry.
hands before I bring out a hug.
I can't even. I can't. I can't even. Yeah, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I forgot this entire story. I just read it, so it's, like,
I don't
fresh
know
in my
how I'm
brain.
remembering all this. 'Cause like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, this is so true. There were so many reasons for the murder, but, like, wait, there's more. Yes.
Mhm.
It was like, "Oh, no, we have to add somebody else in it." And we're way past the 60, 70%, and we're still meeting people that it could be.
Mhm.
So, yeah, the only reason it's fresh, and I would have literally blacked this out if I hadn't just read it. So, yeah. I realized this wasn't a psychological thriller. I was mostly wondering about the trauma one must have. I always think that. Yeah, after
Mhm.
discovering a dead body. Yeah. I always think that. I'm like, these girls, that's where you have to suspend your disbelief when it comes
Yeah.
to cozies because that happens all the time. But I would love to see a cozy where they talk about like the trauma of finding
Yeah.
a dead
Like I
body.
promise you I'm gonna pass out and probably throw up after.
Yeah, and lose my lunch. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Ugh. I'm just like anxiety-ridden girl over here, could
Oh yeah.
never. Could
Yeah.
never. Sorry if I keep touching my bangs. It's driving me crazy. My fan, I'm so hot, but my fan is just blowing in my face. It's driving me crazy. Then the fairy, "Ooh, take pictures.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what?" Yeah, she just was like, "Do this, do that, do this."
The fairy honestly, the fairy was the one that was running the show with this whole
I loved it.
investigation.
Yeah, I know. And she's like, "No." But she was leading her a million different ways. She's like,
Oh,
"I
I
knew she
know.
was wrong." She was like, "Haha, I knew it." And I was
She's
like, "Oh
like,
my
"Tell
gosh."
him, interrogate him." I'm like, "Girl."
Yeah. Yeah. I know. She was so funny. You just commented on the trauma. Yeah, trauma
Mhm.
galore, of finding somebody, Ooh, I couldn't even imagine. Some of the recipes in the back look fire, definitely taking a picture. Yeah, there
Mhm.
was a lemon lavender cupcake that I wanted to try, and the brownies, the chocolate caramel brownies. Yeah, some of these oh, yeah, lemon cupcakes with lavender frosting. Yeah. Which also, by the way and there's also gluten-free versions, so that's cool. Like, they
Oh,
have each one, but then they have a gluten-free version.
that's
That's
good.
cool.
That's all me. 'Cause I
Good,
can't eat
yeah,
gluten.
yeah.
And
Okay,
that
good,
never
yeah.
happens, so
Oh, good. That's good that they have that.
yeah.
Maybe she's gluten-free or something. but I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, I don't know. It'll probably come back to me. I was gonna say something. I was frustrated with the whole alibi suspect thing. She didn't have him. I know.
Mhm.
Like the fact that they gave her that one lady, some random lady she didn't know, said that they were arguing.
Mhm.
That was the motive she had
Well, it sounded
when
like
she
that man
wasn't.
argued with everybody, so, I mean,
I
that
know.
held
It was
no
just
substance.
okay, this is what I was gonna say. Is the whole like aspect of her adding in Brady just seemed
Mhm.
silly. There was no reason for it. Maybe for future books, but like he didn't have anything to play but just gossiping about the whole town. Like
Mhm.
that's literally the only thing. And then when his dad, oh, don't get me started on her dad and her
Yeah.
relationship. The way she
Yeah.
was like, I need to apologize to my dad for defying him. That's one of the things she said. And I was like, what?
You're
Sorry.
doing what?
Sorry, what? Um, and then like, okay, and then the other red herring that drove me crazy was the girl Tish that was, like, disparaging her at the
Mhm.
town hall.
Mhm.
Her daughter was in a cult.
Yeah. That was a whole other I did not expect that. She literally just threw everything into the pot.
That's insane, and then she said she was talking about her boyfriend. He's like and she said, "He was a wayward man with a devil's silver tongue." What? Like, what is happening? Y'all, I'm sorry, I didn't think I was gonna be this rude, but
I think it's just things are starting to surface that
yeah.
you forgot.
I couldn't. There's just so many things. The cult thing did not make any sense to me.
Mm-mm.
And then they were best friends at the end because she
Yeah.
finally got her fairy back. The
Yeah.
lady Tish got her fairy back. And I'm just like, this isn't like she could have taken every single one of these ideas and made a whole book about each
Yeah.
idea. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
separate book,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested. I don't think I'm gonna continue in the series, but I'm interested to
Mhm.
see if anybody does report back to us and let us know
Please.
if it changes. But yeah, I listened on audio while I was cleaning my client's house. I obviously didn't pay enough attention. Shelly, it's okay if you liked it.
Yeah.
We're just carping. Sorry.
Like I said, I keep going back to the apple cider sling. That's just, like, where my
Yeah.
brain kept going
Yeah.
because I loved it so. That
Yeah.
was a
And
comparison game for me.
and also, yeah, no, you're right. And like also like In the Company of Witches,
Mhm.
banger. The one of
Mhm.
the best written cozies I've read.
Yeah.
Like the writing was exceptional. So yeah, and I there it's just a stark contrast when we're reading. Like I didn't think Pride, Prejudice, and Peril was written super well,
Mhm.
but like it's a lot of it still made sense.
Yeah.
It still made
Yeah.
sense. So yeah, when you compare it to other cozies, it's just like, what? What? And oh wait, I missed Yvette's. I thought Brady's mom was writing and researching this story. She was.
Mhm.
I don't know. They were both. They were both doing it? I don't
It's a
know.
lot.
She whacked her on the head. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. That just sounds like a real garbage person. Yeah, I
Right?
mean, she's a politician, so no, I'm just kidding. You gotta catch those
I'm
hands.
telling
Yes.
you.
I I wouldn't be consoling you after you killed my husband.
No.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of the brownies, I kept thinking it was code for special me too, because they're in
Mhm.
Carmel, California. That's legal in California.
Mhm.
So, special brownies definitely could have had medicinal they probably did, which is fine, you
Yeah.
know? That's
She left it
California
out.
for us. Yeah. I'm sorry. Don't get me started on this. Oh my gosh. The cult thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
so ridiculous. Favorite line was when Brady described him as dense as a this fog. I'm using that as an insult at my earliest convenience. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yes. Oh my goodness. At least moved fast and felt upbeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It had a train of thought. It had a place to go. I don't know. It just felt like this was just all over the place.
Mhm.
I don't even know what question we're on right now. I was gonna ask least characters, but I don't know if there were any favorite characters besides the fairy and the cat.
Honestly, the fairy, yes, because she was just I mean, she's a fairy. But
Yeah.
I felt like every single person was, like, not super memorable, and I could not get attached to any character
No,
in this book at all.
nobody,
So,
not one person. Yeah, I mean, Courtney, I guess I knew the most about her, but that's really
yeah,
it, you know what I
it's because you
mean?
spent a lot of time in her head.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? But if y'all have favorite or least favorite characters, let us know. But also, we'll just go on to this. The addition of fairies work for you. I know we kind of talked about it. I
Mhm.
liked it. I think that
Yeah.
was one of the fun parts. I like magic in my cozies.
Mhm.
It adds something extra for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted more, like I said earlier, of the whole fairy scenario, so
Yeah, me too. Exactly. I really do think maybe um this is
possibly.
probably what happened. This is probably what happened. Yes. Now we know that could have been written. There are cozies that are written about marijuana. Did you know that? There's one that Jordan from Sorry Book Solid, she said it was in the Aardvark one, the newest Aardvark monthly thing. It was I'll have to go back and look at Jordan's Goodreads to see what the name of it is, and I'll find it for
Yeah.
you guys. But like it's
That's interesting.
because a lot of time, I mean, in California and
Mhm.
most, the West Coasters over here, we use it for medicinal things. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, so I don't know. I think that's a fun thing. If
Yeah.
she played on the special brownies, allowing
Mhm.
them to see fairies, I would have died. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I don't even remember Brady or half of the characters. I blame that on listening to the audiobook. Yeah, that's why, because there was like
Mhm.
700 characters.
It was hard to
Yeah.
miss a lot on the audio just because there
Yeah,
was
I would have.
yeah.
I would have. Yeah. I don't remember half of what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. I know. Read the second book. I really okay. Read both of them by audio 2 months ago, so not clear in details. The second seemed like more streamlined, but if y'all like the first one, I just laughed at the first one. I thought it was silly, and that's
Yeah.
my stance. I already said that. Do we like Joss, the worker at the shop? She's the only one I remotely liked. Yeah, she was
Mhm.
the only one that had her head on straight. Like the
Yeah.
only one that could like get anything done. I don't know. Yeah. She was, fun. And I mean, I like villains. I like
Mhm.
the people that stand out. So I actually prefer when they were on in the scenes, but like when the random red herrings were on, I'm like, I don't care about you. I don't care
Yeah.
about you. I want to just see the people that are interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't love how she physically described some people. Same. That is a
Mhm.
big pet peeve of mine. Whenever she would say skinny or heavy or yeah, I was just like, "What?" Having
No.
jowls. I remember that one too. Mick was described as having jowls. Like, what? Why is that even necessary to
Like,
say?
give me hair color, eye color, skin color.
Yeah.
Help me
Yeah.
visualize a little bit and just leave it.
Tell me what celebrity they look like. Then I will
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's a cozy for everything. There really is. Well, there is a cozy for everything. I mean, I have to find that one that
Mhm.
Jordan was saying was on the aardvark. There are so many characters, and because I was reading on my Kindle, I couldn't just flip back to figure out who
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, I understand that for sure. It was a lot. I liked it, but needed more details about the whole setup and what was going on with Fiona. Yes, we should have
Yeah.
gotten way more of that. Yeah. The fairies for me needed to be more than just being there like magic in the company of witches had a plot point. Right.
Mhm.
Oh, 100%. If we had gotten more about the fairies' magic, I did like when she would sprinkle fairy dust
Yeah.
on the people and they would talk more or they would be more calm or whatever it was. I was like, I love this. Keep doing that?
Yeah, there could have been a whole background in all
Right.
of that.
We could have known all the different fairy dusts, or there could have been multiple fairies that did certain things. Yeah. Top characters is Joe. I think she said Joss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Fiona. Yeah. Same. I started reading the book and went, "Oh, these are real fairies, not just make believe. Time to readjust my perspective." Yeah, it was a magical
Mhm.
set, which I like. I love a
Yeah,
fairy.
I
I love
do too.
fantasy. So yeah, Joss. Oops. Um, yeah, and then her description of poor Emily's buck tooth. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
rude.
Yeah.
That was rude. I was like, "What?" I couldn't understand it. I don't know why people need to describe people's appearance like that.
Mhm.
I don't understand it. Her friend Megan seemed nice enough, but when the weirdness with her boyfriend and they talked about I highlighted that too when he had a temper and
Mhm.
she's like, "But if he starts throwing hands or if he what if he raising his hands, then I'm out of there?" I was like, you're telling me that it's okay that he can have oh, yeah, we'll have fun, but the moment he raises a hand, he's toast. Good to know you have limits. Is this our bar that we're sta
I hope
What?
not.
What? I can't. I can't. Also, one of the things that she said that could have been a motive is when the lady's dog got his hair cut into a mohawk, and so
Yeah.
she cut her hair into a mohawk and said, "Would a bad haircut on her dog have driven Isabella to murder?" That's her thought process.
There has to
Why?
be better reasonings that you
I'm
could use.
sorry. I'm sorry. This is just doesn't make sense. Oops. And her friend Megan seemed nice. Oh yeah, you said that. I clicked on it twice. I wanted interludes of commentary from the fairy
Mhm.
community. That would have been
Oh, yeah.
fun. Yeah, some lore, some backstory, anything. I think the physical descriptions are meant to make you feel a certain way about the character. Bucktooth or overweight equals bad guy potential. Yeah. Why
Mhm.
does that have to have a negative connotation? I hate
Yep.
that, you
And I
know?
feel like if you write the character well, you're gonna not like them anyway. So,
Exactly. Just because
you
they're
don't have to.
overweight.
Yeah, that
Sorry,
that
that
means
gets me
nothing.
riled up. That gets me real riled. Um, did you guess could you have guessed who done it?
I mean, I assumed, even though it was
Yeah,
all over the place,
it was all over
but
the place. Oof, yeah. I think yeah, we'll land on that question because I honestly for a long time, I thought it was his wife. I just thought it was his
yeah.
wife. And I didn't think it was anybody else but her. Like, I didn't think it could have been anybody else but her.
Mhm.
And there was gonna be some random reason that it was. But the fact that we got, like, this weird last-minute explanation as to why it was Petra and
Mhm.
her backstory of hitting the child, like, all this stuff just didn't make any sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it was lacking. I know I keep going back to the apple cider slang, but like
Mhm.
there was so many like little details that like tied together at the
Right.
end for what
Mhm.
happened, and this just it nothing.
Yeah. And there was no climax at the end. It was they were just sitting down in the tea shop and she confessed.
Yeah.
Like, there was no climax. There was no, like, villain, like, chase scene or anything like
Yeah.
that, like you usually get, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I get it.
Yeah. Um, I didn't even get to guessing territory, I just went and looked. That's okay.
I get it.
I had no clue until the end because there were too many rabbit trails. You're right. Kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could have been so many. I didn't care either at that point. Yeah, Apple Cider Lane was good. I definitely wanna
Yeah.
continue. Have you
Oh, I do
continued,
too.
Hope?
No, I
No?
want
Not
to
yet?
though.
Yeah, same. I thought it was his wife at the beginning, but then thrown out by other
Mhm.
characters being added in. Yeah, they were all just strange red herrings.
Mhm.
Yeah, Yvette, read oh, she's talking about Apple Cider Lane. Yes,
Yeah.
read it. I wanna read it too. Um, but not for that reason. Oh, you didn't know for sure. There wasn't enough info on everything, and they seemed to clear Petra with her alibi. Her alibi was a secret political meeting. That
Mhm.
was her alibi. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yep. And listen, in true crime, like you got to be rock solid, sweetheart.
A
And that
secret
makes
political
no
meeting?
sense.
What? That is so dumb.
Yeah.
I guess we should have known from that alibi. That should have been our hint that that was the
Yeah.
dumbest alibi you could have given.
Yeah.
It really was set up that it could have been anyone. Yeah, especially since it was accidental, then why make it Petra? Right.
Mhm.
I mean, I suppose if I could remember every character and check them off as I figured it out, it wasn't them. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Loved Apple Cider Slain. I have the other 2 books. Now I need to pick them up. Yes, let me know how you like them. Great for fall.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, I know what you're gonna say probably. I'm not gonna continue on with the series. Um, nope.
No, honestly, with like I read so much stuff. Like we have
Mhm.
the middle grade coming up next week.
Yeah,
I read dystopian, I read horror, romance,
yeah,
like literally everything under the sun, except for
exactly.
spider romance. I don't do that. But
Creature romance. You're not into creature romance?
okay.
Maybe
It
fairies.
it depends on how far it goes.
Yeah.
If they have bat wings, I'm fine with it. I'm not
Yeah.
reading about aliens or spiders or anything else. That's where I draw my line.
Dinosaurs.
But
What about
what?
dinosaurs?
Is that real?
It's real.
Oh god.
Have you seen Katie Roberts' new series? Oh
No,
no.
I thought the spider was the worst of it.
Oh Lord, I don't even know.
But yeah, I have too much to read and too much
Exactly.
on TBRs and too much. I mean, half my shelf hasn't even been touched back there, so
Yeah, no,
I
I
won't
agree.
be.
I've told this to Lauren and Caitlin many times that I would probably only be continuing in the series that we like throughout
Mhm.
our time because I don't have time to continue 7 million different series, and especially if I don't like the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will be continuing on with the Company of Witches. I will be
Mhm.
continuing on with Apple Cider Slaying,
Yeah. Those two
and
are good.
I am interested in the Persuasion one. So we'll see. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. So, but not this one. Not this one. I definitely am going
No.
to go be putting this into a little free library.
Yeah.
So, okay. I would never have guessed that there would be a dead child subplot in a cozy mystery about fairies. Right? It was so out of left field. It
Also,
was
I
like a
hope
thriller.
that is a trigger warning somewhere.
Yeah, right? No, you're true. I know that's
So,
true because I know people who can't handle that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So there is not any news on the next pick yet. I know I want to go. I know we want to do something summer themed. So beachy. I actually have this as a banner. If anybody has suggestions for June's pick, DM me or put it in the comments here. Or put it in the Cozy Hollow Discord. I don't know. Lauren and Caitlin have some personal stuff behind the scenes right now. So as of now, I'm gonna be like leading the charge on Cozy Hollow, and I might bring in friends from for right now. I just don't know what the future is, just because my besties have some stuff going on, and I
Mhm.
want to respect them and let them do their thing. But I
Yeah.
don't want Cozy Hollow to go anywhere, and so we're definitely going to be doing a June pick. I just
Mhm.
um, don't know exactly what it's going to be. I think I just want to do something summary. So
Yeah, that would
hope
be so fun.
if you have any suggestions,
I'll have to
I would
look
love
and
them.
see what I have saved because I love being like right on the beach. I have to read tons of beachy summary books during June, July, August, all of that. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
all for
know.
it.
Same. I really feel like there are so many good
Mhm.
cozies that could definitely be set. Like I know of Live and Let Try is a great
Mhm.
one. That one I've read, but I would reread it. It's a really good one, and I want to continue on in the series. So that
Yeah.
one would be really good. Oh, Keisha, yes, Buried in a Good Book. This would be
That would
amazing.
be a good one.
Everybody,
That's on my TBR right
yeah.
now.
So those are going to be two options for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I've skimmed a lot of this one anyways and have too many good anticipated reads on my TBR. Same.
Yeah.
I'm only going to continue on the Cozy Hollow series that I really like. Wings are the only exception.
Yes, they are.
Yes. I've been wanting to read Barry in a Good Book. All right. Awesome. And if anybody wants to hop on to these lives, if the other ladies, they might be able to make it. We just don't know what's going to be going on in June. So y'all are always welcome to hop on if you have access to StreamYard.
You know I have no life ever. So
The fact that you're just
I'm
like within like 45 minutes, you're like, I
I'm
got
like,
you, girl.
sure.
I know. You're so funny. Murder on Mustang Beach. Oh, yeah. Is that the sequel, Elizabeth? Let me know if that's the sequel to Smile Beach Murder. Is that the sequel? I don't know. Keisha, I just got that one because of you. Oh, Buried in a Good Book. Yeah, I need to go order that one. Yes.
Um
Okay.
yes, that is the second
It is
one.
a sequel. Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know if we'll do sequels, but we might do the first one in that series.
Yeah,
That
I
might
want
be
to read the
fun to do
first
the
one.
first one. Yeah. Um, but I think That was a fun that was a fun discussion. I was worried that I was gonna be just,
Yeah.
talking like, hurting people's feelings, but at least everybody agreed with me for the most part.
Well, honestly, she threw some not so nice things in her book about people's appearances, so
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly, which
a little sass was warranted.
right, right. I really agree. I really agree. I don't love it, and again, this is a space for readers, not for the
Mhm.
author. So,
Yeah.
if the author comes and finds this, chat, it's not for her. You know what I
No,
mean?
I mean,
Like,
at the beginning of this, if she starts watching it and we're just like she knows to click off. So,
yes. Yeah. And if you know me, I'm not one to just like, I never say bad things
mhm.
about books. Like, that's just not me. I
Yeah.
always try to find something good in the books. Um, but, and I think we've always had good discussions about books in the past. Like, they've all
Mhm.
been 4 or 5 stars. So
Yeah.
I'm just like justifying, like,
No, I get it. Like, I
yeah,
don't like talking bad about books either because I usually just, like,
yeah,
DNF them, and I just won't
yeah,
finish them,
yeah.
but I
So
was
what
so
did you
far
think?
into this that I
Yeah,
just
exactly.
finished it.
So what do you think you're landing on for a rating now that we've talked about it? Has it changed?
No, I still think I'm gonna rate it a 3 just
Okay,
because I'm the a 3 because, the hot mess that it was, but I'm such, like, an atmospheric type person,
but it
and I
was good
think
for you.
that it was at least enjoyable even if it was kind of, like,
Mhm.
so-so at times.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm landing on a 2.5, but I'll put it as a 3 on
Yeah.
Goodreads,
Yeah.
just for the author's sake and,
Yeah.
for other people who are coming and stuff, but
Yeah, I always tend to round up too.
yeah. Oh, I already have. Oh, yeah, it's a sequel. So we would probably do the first one, Elizabeth, if we did that one.
Yeah.
Keisha, this is a good one too. This looks really good. I know you and Lauren and maybe Caitlin read this one, or no, Elizabeth might have read this one. It looks super good.
Yeah.
The vibes are there for sure. Beaches, bungalows, and burglaries. That is a huge series, huh, Courtney? I think that one has like 20
Mhm.
books in it,
Yeah.
but it would be a good one because I love the covers of those. Those would be really good. Oh my gosh, Stacy. Yes. She said crisp. I didn't know what that meant.
Mhm.
Why? Like, I get it, we were crisp, like, maybe we're I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Open for Murder takes place over Memorial Day, so that's another summary one. Oh, what is Open for Murder? I don't think I know that one. Let me look that up before. Someone else was talking about this, a happy camper mystery.
I
Mary
think I've
Angela.
I think I've seen those on my, Libby app.
That looks like Yosemite.
Yeah.
That background looks like
Mhm.
either like Colorado or Yosemite or something, which I love. Buried in a Good Book was good, 5 stars. Yes, drop them all
Mhm.
in the Cozy Hollow Discord, so then
Yeah.
there's a recommendations, thread on there. Okay, Lost Coast Literary is on your list. Was it actually cozy? Yes, they do have cozies that are hardcover or
Mhm.
trade paperback sizes. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a new thing that they're doing, which is not my favorite, but
Mhm.
why I just feel weird about spending more money on a cozy.
Mhm.
Make it make sense. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I also want to read Getaway with Murder this summer to catch up for the third one coming out later this year. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, put them all down in the link in the Discord. I don't have it linked here, but it's in the Instagram and everything.
Mhm.
Um yeah, getting on my channel was kind of last minute, so I didn't add anything to the description. Sorry, guys. But I had so much fun. Thank you, Hope, for joining me.
You're
This was such
welcome.
a blast, and thank you for everybody for understanding that it just wasn't a favorite this time. And I always am bummed out when we pick ones that aren't favorites. And I feel like this was mostly my choice. Like, well, you guys picked it too, but like I was the one that was like, we need to read this one. I
No,
hope
and
this one wins.
I voted for
Yeah,
this one both
yeah,
times on Instagram because I thought
yeah,
I didn't really read the description. I was just like fairies, springtime, like
yeah.
this is the one.
The vibes,
So,
the vibes were there. And then
yeah.
finding out it was set in Carmel. like,
Mhm.
made me so happy. It was just like, yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah.
hope you're the best for joining me. This was awesome. I'm so glad everybody else came.
Yep.
Yeah, this was this was really fun. I'm glad everybody else has a sense of humor. So this chat was my favorite part of the book.
Mine too, honestly.
I know, right? At least we can commiserate together. So
Yeah.
this was fun, you guys. And I will keep you all updated on the Instagram for June. Maybe we'll do another um, you know, poll or kind of
Mhm.
like the bracket like we did before or whatever. So because there's so many summer books.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we could do one for June and August because those are both
Mhm.
summer months. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be fun. I voted on this one because of the cat on the cover. I know. Who doesn't love a
Yeah.
little ragdoll cat? Like,
Yeah.
it's so cute. I voted for it. Fairies and cat sounded perfect. Yeah,
See?
I know. I'm glad that this was fun, you guys. Well, we're gonna head out and put this in a little free library
Mhm.
and move on.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Alright.
Bye bye.
Bye.